Hello, thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Ann Perry, and my lovely guest today is Maureen Webb. Maureen is in the building. How are you?
Oh, living the dream, girl. Living the dream.
Awesome. So glad you were here. We just always have a little bit too much fun. I'll just give you a heads up about that. We have way too much fun when we get together. But I've invited, hey there, beautiful yourself, Rose Ford. I've invited Maureen to come on today to talk about an upcoming class that she's going to be teaching for us in the Clarity Seekers community. So Maureen is like, oh, man, like, I mean, I just have to coin you the master teacher girlfriend because there's nothing you can't teach. She holds a spot in the community, in our Clarity Seekers community, whereby she's teaching human design, astrology, gene keys, right? She is your go-to girl. She's the only one that's ever made sense of my human design.
Aww.
I'm a manifesting generator. But if anybody else said that to me, I didn't quite understand what that meant until I had a reading with Maureen. So you really are quite magnificent.
Oh, thank you.
So
you're making me blush.
Yeah. But we definitely have something coming up. I'm going to just put it down below here. It is the Clarity Seekers community, which you can learn more about on my website, AnnPerryNumerologist.com. Check it out. So the event is coming up. We are going to be talking about all good things that burn. So we're talking about Candle Magick. So Maureen, I know little to none about Candle Magick. Help a girlfriend out. What is this all about?
So I have been practicing Candle Magick since I was 16, and I'm 44. So it's been just a couple years.
Yep.
And I would love to just share the story of how I came, why I do what I do, and then I can go into what Candle Magick is.
Yeah.
So when I was 16, I found out that you could use candles to help you manifest. And as a typical 16-year-old girl, I really wanted a boyfriend. I wanted a boyfriend so bad.
Yeah.
So I looked up in the actual Yellow Pages. Remember when the Yellow Pages was a book?
Yeah.
Like back in the 1900s?
Yep. Stop it. We had rotary dial back then.
Right? The rotary phone. It's crazy. Crazy times we lived in.
Mm-hmm.
I looked up in the Yellow Pages like a magic or a crystal or candle shop, and I found one, and I went in and I wound up buying a candle and using it just like there were actual instructions on the candle to manifest a boyfriend. And literally the day it went out was the day that I met my first boyfriend.
Wow.
After that, you could not tell me that Candle Magick did not work. I was an advocate. I was like, we can, there's a candle for that. There's a candle for that. What do you need? And it just brought me so much joy. So I do it now, and I've been doing it. Candle Magick is the physical form of manifestation. We use all of the elements, fire, earth, water, air, and spirit, to bring our manifestations to us. So it's another tool in your tool belt to bring to you the life that you truly desire.
So it's sort of like an illumination. You know, it illuminates your intention. How's that?
Oh, I thought you said elimination. I was like, no.
Illumination, turning the lights on. So it kind of illuminates your whatever your intention is for whatever it is you're trying to manifest. Would that be fair to say?
Absolutely. 100%.
Cool. Look at all these people joined us. Awakening Guidance. Hey, Infinite Soul Love. Hey, good to see you, girlfriend.
I was like, I know her.
I know. Nat and I've got a big event coming up, actually. We'll talk about that later, but it's going to be way too much fun. Eleanor's here. Hey, Eleanor. And Esther's here. And Mapui. And Eleanor's here, too. You've got so many candles, you don't know what to do with them all. So I'm glad that you're here. Maybe you'll pick up some more tips and tricks. Okay. So now I was given a black candle. We talked about this earlier. So is there some significance to the color of the candle that you use?
100%.
Okay.
I grew up as, going to Catholic school and going to church. Black candles for me were always very scary. You know, that was instilled in me. Oh my God, don't burn a black candle, blah, blah, blah. As my own candle magic practice grew and I became more knowledgeable, I realized that black candles are used for protection. So it is absolutely 100% okay to burn a black candle.
Mm-hmm.
And every color of the rainbow has a significance when we talk about candle magic. Depending on how much of a ritual you want your candle magic practice to be, you can literally use every piece of your ritual to elevate your manifestation. I'm very, very particular when it comes to my own candle magic. My altar is one color. I use different colors, different herbs, different oils. Even the day of the week can be used to help you bring that manifestation into fruition. And because I'm like a super weirdo nerd OCD about my candle magic, I actually go deeper than just the day and I use the time, because we can use time, date, color, size, herb, oil, all of those things can be used to help you bring your manifestation into fruition.
So it's really, it's integrating a lot of various tools, like you talk about aromatherapy and the herbs and whatnot.
Oh, yeah.
Various things, like we were talking about frankincense earlier. I kind of had a bit of an issue with an unwanted energy in my house. So I got some, on the recommendation, I can't even remember who told me, somebody recommended getting some frankincense. And so I started putting it in my diffuser. I can't believe the difference. I mean, I smell spirit, right? And the spirit is gone. Like it's gone. Apparently they don't like the smell of frankincense. So that's kind of cool. So the idea then is that you select various things ceremoniously. So you're really kind of creating your own, I want to say template, so to speak, kind of, where you're plugging in all these various things that you know something about, right? That you can apply for various things. So in my case, purification, clearing the space, the frankincense is what I used. What color candle would I have maybe put in that situation?
So if you are wanting to remove any sort of negative energy, 100% you can use a black candle. You can use a white candle. White candles are like the coverall. If you don't have a red candle for passion, use a white candle, right? I like light blue as well for that. And what I really, really like to do, especially when it's all about releasing negative energy, is to include crystals as well. As soon as you said black candle, I immediately in my brain, I set it up for you in my head with like selenite, like a triangle of selenite, the candle in the middle, selenite on the sides. You know, you can add twigs of rosemary. Rosemary are used for protection. I have 2 huge rosemary bushes outside of my front door.
Nice.
You know, and I clip my rosemary and I will put like sprigs of rosemary, like a triangle around that candle with the selenite and you don't need to burn it. It just really has to be there. You know, you hold it, you set the intention for protection, you light the candle, and there you go.
Wow.
That's what happened in my brain when you said that.
And I was interested when you were talking about, you know, the days of the week, because I was reading, you know, I was really, really, really saddened to hear about Jimmy Buffett's death. And I think we'll be studying him in our numerology class in the Clarity Seekers community. So when I was exploring him, I learned that he would only do concerts, I think it was Wednesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. That was it. He set his intention to say, that's when the most successful day is. Plus, that's when my energy is the best. He tapped into that, you know, and that's when I can put on the best shows. And it's just interesting, right? Where you can, and obviously you've done the same.
Oh, yeah. So Thursdays are ruled by Jupiter. Jupiter is luck and abundance.
Okay.
Wednesdays are ruled by Mercury, communication, right? And then Saturday is actually ruled by Saturn. So it's interesting because everybody, and I shouldn't say everybody, there's a lot of stigma when it comes to Saturn, taskmaster, he's going to school you. It's all karma.
Yeah.
But Saturn is a wonderful teacher.
Yeah. I was going to say it's great for courses and studying and
yes.
Yeah.
And if you really want to get a message across, Saturdays are beautiful days to do that, because you have that power, that Saturn Capricorn energy, that I'm the boss, I'm a teacher, let me show you how it's done. Like 100%.
What about Sundays?
Sundays are ruled by the sun.
Okay.
So Sundays are also really beautiful for beginning something new. Sunday is the first day of the week. It starts your week. When I start something on a Sunday, it's usually for self-improvement.
Isn't that awesome? I'm just thinking about the event that Annette and I've got coming up on October 1st is on a Sunday, right? And we're going to be talking about
Perfection.
Yeah, it's October 1st, right? So we strategically chose the day, but I wasn't thinking about the connection to it being a sun day, right?
Yeah.
So that's cool. So we'll have to light some good candles for that. So okay, so we can use the Candle Magic to cleanse our space. You're moving into a new home. That might be something great,
Even selling your house.
Yes. Oh, yeah. I've actually had people come to me looking for help numerologically, how to correct the space energetically so that they could sell it. I've had real estate agents reach out to me to say, the number on this house is not selling, or the number, the actual dollar amount for this place, it's not selling. What do I do? And I tweak away, I helped a person sell $1 million condo that way.
Nice.
So, yeah. Hey, Mary Louise, good to see you.
I actually used Candle Magic to sell my house in Chicago.
Okay.
Yep. I had a crystal grid. I had Candle Magic going. I did my petition. Oh, it was,
So, okay. That's the second time you brought up petition. What the heck?
Your petition is essentially your order to the universe.
Right.
Right. Now, I feel like there is a proper way and maybe a not so proper way to write a petition to the universe. And I've dabbled in different ways to write my petitions to the universe. And I'd like to say I have perfected as much as I can the way that I write petitions. And I actually teach you in my Candle Magic classes how to write a petition that the universe cannot ignore.
Coming up September 19th at 7 p.m. Eastern. So that's just one of the things we're going to learn. I can't wait. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, it was such a game changer when it just hit me, because I get these weird aha moments. And I was like, oh, let me try this. And then, oh my God, it works. So yeah, I love being able to help people with that.
So what about when you're working with, let's say you're a light worker, okay? Maybe you're with Reiki or any kind of energetic healing, that sort of thing, massage therapy. What about if you know that somebody is struggling with maybe an issue with the root? So the root is red, right? You're going to be speaking from a chakra point of view. Would that assist in the clearing of that chakra to light a red candle?
You absolutely could. Now, I would also, because again, I'm super nerdy, I would take into consideration the person's astrology and like the days of the week. And also, I mean, of course I would, and then you can also, if you are having an issue with your root, that's needing more grounding. So I would take more earth element and earth tones when I'm actually setting that intention, doing that ceremony to ground in. But red is a beautiful color for the chakras. You can 100% use a candle that correlates to the color of the chakra if you're having an issue with a specific chakra. And then you can also, I'm a huge fan, especially if it's about grounding, crystals.
Yeah.
Like, anybody needs an excuse to buy more crystals, this is your excuse.
Right?
100% your, I'm going to the Candle Magic class. I have to buy these crystals.
Yes. That's right. So what about, like, I'm sure people at home have got candles that are scented. Is that, does that matter? Would you prefer them to be scent free? Or is that a personal choice?
I can't tell anybody what to do.
Right.
I'm nobody's mama. However, in my own practice, I prefer to use candles that are not scented because they're usually scented artificially.
Yeah.
So I prefer just straight single color, double color candles. And I add my own aromatherapy because the oils that I use are more often than not scented.
And probably a soy candle would be better than burning something that's, dare I say, maybe from China, because I know they don't burn very clean.
Correct.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have these very, very long tapered beeswax candles.
Beeswax was, yeah.
Yeah. I have an altar to Hecate. And when I use that altar in ceremony, I always have the very long beeswax tapered candles when I burn in ceremony for her.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so I'm thinking about this weekend, where Hurricane Lee, the trajectory is going straight for the East Coast, right? In fact, it's pointing right at my backyard again, right? That didn't end well so much for us last year when Fiona came and decimated us all. So I'm not putting that out there to say that's going to happen. That doesn't have to happen this time around. However, many of us are in the track on the eastern seaboard of hurricanes coming through, or even down on the western side. Yeah. What could we do? How could we set ourselves up for a little bit of added protection? Coming up to that, what would you suggest?
So when you say that, immediately what I would do, if we're talking candle magic, is if you have like small white tea light candles, what you can do, and this will literally take you like 5 to 10 minutes, is in the morning or in the evening, just light that white candle. Maybe have some selenite around it, some protection stones, obsidian, tourmaline. Just really do a quick 5 to 10 meditation, just envisioning there being white light surrounding your property and asking for divine protection for you and your neighbors and for everybody. And just doing that, it's 5 minutes, it's a meditation, just so you can energetically have that like veil of protection around your property and the property of the people around you.
I know that works because I wasn't familiar with the candle ceremonies last year, but for those of you who follow Nancy Jean on YouTube, she does a 9 candle ceremony a couple of times a year, I think. But anyway, when she learned that the hurricane was heading towards us last year, she didn't tell me this, but she got a bunch of people together and they did a candle ceremony for me and my family, right? And the odd thing was that our street was really pummeled. Like there were trees everywhere. It was just crazy, right? We lost 100 trees on one of our properties. Like it was really bad. But our house, and we're right on the ocean, our house was just like in a little bubble, right? We lost 5 or 6 shingles off the top of the roof, but overall we were completely protected. And she said, yeah, I knew you would be, because this is what we did. We set up the ceremony. So I just thought, I'm sure I'm not the only one. Maybe some you guys can mention it out here in the chat, but I'm certain I'm not the only one that's kind of in the direction of where this is supposed to be coming. So, but I'm choosing to believe we are going to maintain our internet. We're going to maintain our power, and we're just going to dance right through it. And all the rain's going to wash my house.
So, right. That would be so nice.
Right.
Yeah. You know what? Now that you mention it, I normally do on Sundays, I do like a clearing for my house. if you are okay with it, I'd love to be able to just do a little bit of a ceremony for you
Love it.
and your neighborhood.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure, because I'm all about consent.
You want to start on Friday? That'd be okay.
Yeah, I don't have anything going on Friday. Totally.
There you go. Yeah, that'd be awesome. So let's just, I just thought I'd ask about that because it's another way that you could use a candle ceremony. So what other circumstances? Things are just coming through to me.
That's okay.
You have a sick animal, okay, and you know that animal is likely going to pass. Would setting a candle ceremony up ease that animal in the passing?
As somebody who works with energy, I 100% firmly believe that when we sit in ceremony with a heart-centered purpose, that it absolutely 100% helps with the transition.
Yeah.
It's not going to save if you already know, but
Right.
to ease that transition, 100%. I would, what's popping into my head right now, white candles, lavender for relaxation, either oil or something, rosemary for protection on the way to the next greatest whatever, where, I know all dogs go to heaven, but, just protection for, lavender for relaxation and calmness and serenity. I would also amethyst healing, right?
Yeah.
Healing your heart and the heart of your animal, because as somebody who has lost several animals in her life, it is absolutely devastating, and everybody in that situation needs to be comforted. So I would use crystals that are comfort and healing, lavender, rosemary. Where else am I going? That feels complete. And white candles, even purple candles as well. Just something to help with the transition in the process.
And I feel every day I feel absolutely grateful that this is where I work and I can control my space to a certain degree and I can keep it clear and whatnot. But I used to work out in the real job, out in the corporate world, and I used to find trying to keep my space clear in the office was a little bit difficult. So as we're talking about this, with the idea of candle ceremonies and such, obviously you don't want to be sitting there in meditation and stuff in your office because they're really going to think you're a fruitcake. However, what about one of these? Would one of these suffice if you were in a place where you weren't allowed to?
100%.
Yeah. Okay. So this is intention, right? So if you're in your office space and you want to clear the junk out of your trunk and you want to keep your space clear, with intention, you can use these little battery operated lights. And you probably could just stick them in your drawer if you didn't want people saying, what are you doing, fruitcake? Is that a possibility?
Oh gosh, 100%. And one of the things that I used to do, old version 1.0 of Maureen. That was the police officer. I did actually work inside for a little bit, and I had a desk. And I would take pieces of black tourmaline and actually put them under my desk in the four corners of my desk for protection, because there was a lot of negativity where I worked in my little section. And I also created a spray with sage oil and Palo Santos oil, and I would use that every day too.
I didn't know you could get Palo Santos in an oil.
Oh, yes, you can. It smells amazing.
I'm coming to Arizona.
There's a wholesale lady on Etsy that I would buy just massive amounts of oils from, and her Palo Santos smelled so good. Oh yeah.
Nice.
And I would create my own sprays when I was even on the street. I'd create my own oils, and I would actually dab them on my duty belt and dab them on my shoes and right here to protect me when I was actually out on the street. Answering domestic calls, going to all the unnecessary things that we have to talk. We won't talk about that. This is a happy show.
I have this vision in my head of it like a 10-gallon drum with a spray nozzle of frankincense, Oh
yeah. People thought I was strange. Definitely. And I don't even care, because I was
I'm
going home with as many holes as I came to work with. Thank you very much.
Yeah, exactly. Let's see if anybody has any questions. Let me open it up to.
Yeah, I would love to. Yeah.
Maybe out there got any questions about how you could use candles in your environment? Maybe you're dealing with an issue. Maybe you've got a cranky teenager or a cranky husband, cranky wife. Wives never get cranky. But I'm just curious if anybody has any questions with regards to how you could apply this, because it really is fascinating. I mean, ceremony is very unique and it's very personal, and it's kind of an art form, isn't it? When you think about the ceremonies,
I feel like it absolutely is.
Yeah.
So we have a question.
Annette is asking a question. Annette Dalu is in the building.
I love her. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Okay.
Annette is the reason you and I connected in the first place.
I know, which is why I'm super jazzed that she's here.
I know, me too. I love her. How long do you need to burn the candle for?
Okay, so it actually depends really on personal preference. Right. Now, my rule is if I'm working with a glass encased candle or something larger, I want to burn a candle for at least for the whole top to kind of be melted.
Okay.
Right. So it depends on how quickly it'll burn. But if you have a smaller candle, like there's all different shapes and sizes that I'm totally going to go. There's a joke in there, but we're not.
This is one situation where size doesn't matter. Is that what you're saying?
Actually, size does matter. Oh my God. Back to candles. See
what you do to me?
It really does. Just kind of, it's personal preference. The larger the candle, the longer I'm going to have that first burn.
Yeah.
But if you have a smaller candle, like the tea lights, what are they, like 10, 15 minutes at the most? But yeah, it depends on the size.
I get the tea lights from President's Choice, which I think in the United States might be Save Easy or something. They come in a bag. It's Loblaws owns it. I don't know if you guys have that. But yeah, and they're 2-hour tea lights.
Yeah. I mean, you can literally go to the dollar store and get tea lights.
Yeah.
Because what you're always going to do, and one of the things that I'm going to teach in this class is actually cleansing not only your space and yourself, but the tools that you're working with before you actually work with them. Because you don't want to go to the store, grab a bunch of candles, light them, and just assume that everything is going to be okay. This is one of the things, like I will die on this hill. You have got to cleanse all the different things that you're going to be doing. Cleanse it all before it goes on your altar. Because I'm not trying to deal with anybody else's energy.
No, I just shared with you earlier what happened to me when I brought something in that I hadn't cleared yet, and it just about destroyed my computer.
Yes.
So I had to bring in Top Guns and get it cleared up. So yeah. All right. So this is all happening live in the Clarity Seekers community. If you haven't checked us out, do check us out.
Yes.
Tuesday, September 19th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Mm-hmm. Maureen is a regular guest in the community. She has her own circle in there where she teaches human design, and she teaches astrology, and she teaches gene keys and all kinds of cool stuff. And we've got other master classes that she's done. Annette, who's with us today at Infinite Soul Love, is a regular speaker in the community as well. The event that we've got coming up is going to be the Ascension Symptoms. That's this one. Ascension Symptoms Are Real. That's going to be on Sunday, October 1st at noon Eastern Time. This is going to be an amazing event that everybody needs to attend. And if for no other reason, go to my website and check out upcoming events, because there are some bonuses attached to this program that are going to blow your socks off. Right. So, I'm not even going to tell you. You have to go and find out. So, anyways, thank you so much, Maureen. I appreciate you being here. Everybody can check you out at, I had your website up there earlier. Just a second. Let me see if I can make the magic happen. There we go. Maureen-webb.com. Maureen does all kinds of amazing readings. She's an amazing coach. She's an amazing teacher. She's just an amazing human being all around. So you do need to check her out. Is there anything you've got coming up that you want to share?
Oh man. If you go to my website, I do have 50% off some brand new readings that I have created. It's super fun. One that has been pretty popular is my energetic weekly guidebook, where I use your own personal birth information. I convert them to gene keys and then give you a guide on how to use the energy of the week based on your own natal chart. That one's been so much fun to do for people.
Yeah.
Oh God, there's goddess readings that I've been doing, and I'm always adding new stuff because there are so many things going on in this head with readings that it's just like, oh, I want to give people this. I want to give people this. And I'm working on a human design shadow training right now. So I'm going to be offering shadow readings, which is super amazing.
Cool.
But yeah,
head
to my website. The 50% off is for a limited time. I need a certain amount that I need before I'm going to put them at regular price. So I just, check it out, man. There's so many really cool things that I'm doing. I've got some courses up there as well. I'm playing with some other courses that I might be.
Well, have you got a mailing list on the website?
I do. You can go to my website and sign up for the emails. I don't spam people with emails. No. I don't like doing that at all. Once or twice a month, unless something huge is going on. But it's
perfect. And they can follow you on Instagram as well.
Yes, they can.
Yeah,
yes, they can. I am Maureen Webb. Super easy.
You are.
Webb with 2 B's. I like to make things very, very easy for myself, right? And that kind of trickles down for everybody else.
Exactly. So I hope that you guys have learned a little bit today. We just wanted to share a little bit about what this is all about. And I'm certainly looking forward to it because, we can always use more ways to keep ourselves clear and moving forward in the right direction and just, being able to manifest what we truly want. The obstacles in the way, this kind of information is really super helpful to get you moving in the direction you need to go. So thank you for that. And we've got that coming up on the 19th. And when's your next one? The
Q&A?
Yeah, the Q&A.
Let me check, because that wasn't an answer I had.
I know. I think it's the next.
So the 18th is the open Q&A, and then the 19th is the introduction to Candle Magick. In the open Q&As, you can ask me whatever you'd like.
Yeah.
Human design, gene keys, astrology, whatever you want. If I have the answer, I will give it to you. If I don't, I will tell you that.
Well, in the community right now, there's like 85 plus masterclasses already in there. So if you watch a masterclass that Maureen's already done, you can pick her brain live. And this is not done on chat, guys. This is done on Zoom. So you'll be communicating with her live. So, and if you don't feel like you want to turn on your cameras or your mics or whatever, you can just sit back and watch.
Yeah, and I've done a couple. I've done a couple already, and they have just been so much fun.
Oh yeah,
like, the people that come in, and we just have such a good time, and people get to learn, and we laugh, and we make adult jokes. It's super fun. It's super fun.
Love it. Okay, guys. Well, we really look forward to seeing you. Got any questions later on? Post them down below. Happy to answer them for you. But thanks again, Maureen. Looking forward to seeing you on the 19th.
Yes. Thank you. Have a great day, guys.
Take care. Bye for now.
Bye.